Welcome to a new planetary and seismic update. Here on the SGI graph we see the geometry that I labeled for the previous time frame, so specifically this convergence here on the 29th and also on the 1st and 2nd with the full moon. And if you look at the seismic activity that we actually had, it was relatively quiet. We had a magnitude 6 right at the top of this convergence here. Remember, there was Earth, Mercury and Venus in a conjunction, and we could see considerable seismic increase, but it was relatively quiet. Also here, the lunar alignment here with Jupiter, we only had a 5.8 following that lunar peak. This could have been considerably larger here, but that depends on the stress levels in Earth's crust, and that is the uncertainty that we have. Now we had a full moon here on the 1st, later on the 1st, and we had this convergence of lunar geometry primarily, which was followed by a 5.9 in Myanmar. And then as we approach the conjunctions or the lunar alignments with Saturn and Neptune, we see a clustering of stronger earthquakes peaking 6.1 at the Kermadec Islands. So overall it wasn't all that active, but we do see the clustering and also the stronger tremors with those peaks. Now if we look at the upcoming time frame, we see some convergence here on the 6th specifically. Here of course we have the Moon Earth Saturn and Moon Earth Neptune alignment, and there could be stronger seismic activity following that lunar peak. But like I said, here on the 6th we have two planetary alignments, Sun, Mercury, Neptune and Sun, Mercury, Saturn, and there is lunar geometry in between, especially Venus and Uranus. So we're going to have a look at the solar system where we see that geometry. Mercury is moving between the Sun, Saturn and Neptune, and that's why we have two planetary alignments tomorrow. And here is Earth with the Moon, and most significant is the angular separation of 135 degrees with Venus and with Uranus almost at the same time, and then that will be followed by a right angle with Jupiter. But the Venus and Uranus angular separation of 135 degrees, that is really significant. We could see quite a seismic increase well into the 6 magnitude range as a result of that geometry. Then we're going to have Earth, Venus, Uranus in a right angle, and that pairs with Venus, Earth, Uranus, that I will come to in a second. On the 10th we have Moon, Earth, Uranus. That can be followed by a stronger seismic event into the higher 5 magnitude range, maybe even magnitude 6 here later on the 10th or on the 11th. Then we have Mars, Mercury, Jupiter in an alignment on the 11th, later on the 11th, followed by a right angle, like I said, Venus, Earth, Uranus. If this were Neptune, that would be really critical. We could have easily a magnitude 7 earthquake as a result, but this is with Uranus. We could still see a seismic increase. We have the convergence here with Mercury and with Venus. That will be followed by lunar geometry, a convergence here that is Moon, Earth, Jupiter in an alignment, and we have again Venus and Uranus with 45 and 135 degrees angular separations, and there can be a seismic increase as a result. I'd say from the 13th to the 15th, be on extra alert for potential larger seismic activity, especially because of Moon, Earth, Jupiter. There could be a surprise there. So not all that much overall, but we do have some notable convergence, like here on the 6th and also here from the 11th to the 14th. Check out the website for the latest updates and also our social media channels. Stay safe, and until next time.